friends. Hope you're doing well. So, if you watched my video yesterday, you know the hockey season ended last weekend on kind of a down note. We lost to a team of a bunch of jerks, which always sucks extra bad, and that knocked us out of the playoffs. So it is what it is, and I wanted that season to go better. I'm gonna pull up my stats, because I feel like I'm at the point where I could move up to the next level of hockey, because I feel like I am one of the better players at my level, and so I think moving up is, I could get more competitive games. But I also wanted to score 10 goals, which was kind of just a stupid arbitrary goal I set for myself, and that's kind of what I was hoping would happen this season, because I was like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good about it going into it. I was doing pretty good in drop-ins and stuff, and getting regular goals, and I guess I just didn't put in the work needed. So this season, we're looking at the stats. Okay, last season I played 25 games. I had 5 goals, 2 assists, and 12 penalty minutes. But that gives me a .28 points per game. Whereas this season I played 18 games. I had 3 goals, 4 assists. So the same amount of points. They do points. You get a point for a goal or a point for an assist, which gives me .39 points per game. So I did a pretty solid improvement there, and only 4 penalty minutes this whole season, which last season it had me at 12. I definitely had like 20, so they weren't keeping good track of that, but that's fair, because the scorekeepers, they're not volunteers, they get paid, but they're basically just like, how scorekeeping works is you sign up to be a scorekeeper, and these people are just the people that like hang out at the rink drinking anyway, so they might as well be getting paid. So half the time they're 5-6 beers deep by the time they get in that scorekeeping box to start keeping tally of stuff. So the stats aren't always super accurate. But yeah, so more assists this year, but less goals. I was really hoping to get 10 goals, and that just didn't happen. But the year before that, I only played 11 games and had 0 goals. And the season before that, because I took 2021 off for COVID, I played 13 games and had 1 goal. So, it's and I'm realizing that, like, my hair is just real goofy today. It's like, it's at that point where, like, it's probably doesn't need to get washed just yet. It's like, it's a little greasy. Anyway, yeah, I'm realizing that I'm a what you call a role player, and the role I have is kind of just like defensive player slash. A pest would be a good word for it, because I get down, into the zone. I park myself in front of the net. I'm a very big guy, so I'm blocking the goalie's line of sight, so the goalie has to work extra hard to maintain line of sight on the puck. I'm just kind of in the way. No one can really move me. I'm very large. I'm very confident on my skates, and I'm just down there chirping and getting attention to draw defenders to me so that my team can go. And then if the puck happens to get shot towards the net, I try and pick up a garbage rebound for a goal, which feels like it should produce better results. And I get a couple opportunities per game. I think I don't practice that, and I'm realizing that's one thing I probably could do, is figure out some kind of drill I could do at home for like a fast reaction to like turn, grab the puck, and then maneuver it around something into a shot. Because most of the time, if I'm practicing anything at home, I'm just idly stick handling or idly shooting pucks into the net. And so I think maybe some more game-like scenarios would probably help the results. And so, anyway, I want to start the hockey training, the season, the next season, it starts tomorrow. We're gonna start training the off season. I'm not totally sure what that's gonna look like just yet. I know I have my stupid arbitrary goals that should help with riding bikes, should get my stamina up, should get my legs up. Doing stuff with kettlebells, which I'm way behind on, that'll be all the strength conditioning I really need. And then just doing more hockey stuff as far as trying to get on the ice and doing the idle stick handling. It doesn't seem to be producing amazing results. It seems to help. But getting into those game-like scenarios, trying to figure out drills I can do at home where I am, reacting to things, and then just really getting strong legs, and that's kind of the plan. It's nothing. I don't have anything too dialed in and specific, which feels like something I need to do because so often, for like I look at my stupid arbitrary goals, for example, and how they started, where they were kind of nebulous and they didn't really produce the results I want, whereas now they're much more like firmed in and they produce results that is what I want out of my life. I think I do need to dial it in a little more and maybe be a little more specific about, like at least, hey, twice a week you shoot pucks, you shoot 100 bucks, something like that. I'm not sure what exactly it needs to be, but that's kind of my loose plan right now for this season's hockey training. I also want to get into rucking, which is basically just walking with a heavy backpack. I've got a ruck bag already. I've had a ruck bag. And I'm going to step up the weight on it right now. I think it's at 25 pounds, which is roughly 10% of my body weight. I'm going to step it up to, I think I can go up to 40 with what I have. And then I have barbell weights that I can sneak in there, and I could probably get it up to 60 or 70 pounds pretty easily without it being a massive, like, clanky operation, which I don't really want to be just like clank, 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 walking down the, apartment complex. But that I've noticed that's pretty helpful, and I'm getting a plyo box, so I can do box step-ups. I could do jumps, but it's like in the apartment. You don't want to be that asshole dude jumping up and down, especially when you are 6'5" and weigh like 250 pounds. So probably not something I'm going to be doing a ton of, but maybe I'll take it outside and do some box jumps with it too. It's just, I don't know. It's disappointed with how the season played out, but when I look back, it's like I started the preseason training really hard, and that kind of faded, and then during the season I just wasn't putting in the effort, so of course I didn't get the results I wanted, and I didn't really work on developing synergy with the team. I played center and I just did my own thing the whole season, and I wasn't really focused on being a team player. I was just breaking up plays, and I was doing really good. I feel like if I look at my plus minus, I don't know what my plus, so in hockey, plus minus is how many goals are scored for your team versus how many scored against your team while you're on the ice. I'm confident my plus minus was a positive because there wasn't many goals that got scored while I was on the ice. And so I think in that respect, like, my role on the team is just a defensive role. The problem is anytime I play defense, I get penalties, and usually a lot of them. So, because I think I know I'm competitive, but also I grew up playing hockey, and what you get away with in high school hockey back in 2000, is different than what you can get away with in beer league now. People get real fussy about all kinds of things, and you're just like, go play a different sport then. Like, it's hockey. Like, there is some physicality to it, and like, if you're not okay with somebody hitting your stick with their stick, like, that doesn't hurt you. So I don't know why people, I don't know, every now and then you get a slashing penalty because you're like, stick with my stick. That's, you're like, how else are you supposed to defend against somebody? I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan. That's what I got. That's what I'm excited about for this week. We're gonna get started on that in earnest. And I think the big thing is to kind of start hard, but then find, I think it's James Clear. He talks about, what does he say? He says that we don't rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our systems. That might not be James Clear. That might be Brad. Oh man, what's his name? Brad Stolberg. He's wrote some good books too, if you're into performance stuff. And one of those two guys said that in one of their books. Basically, just the TLDR there is like, if you don't have a system in place, then you're not gonna achieve your goals. Like you need to plan a system for your worst days, and that's something that I've noticed with my stupid arbitrary goals. And how I'm able to accomplish things is planning for my worst days and being consistent on my worst days and being pleasantly surprised on my best days. And if you go into it like that, it's fairly easy to stay motivated and end up having more good days, because you can look back on a bad day and get more done than you thought you probably could have, because your system wasn't predicated on you having a good day and operating optimally, or even like somewhat decently. Like it's predicated, your results and your expectation of the results are predicated on how well you can act on your worst days. And when you think of it like that, it doesn't seem like much, and it doesn't feel like much, and that's kind of the point. The bigger issue is that so often we have the worst day, we know we're not going to do the optimal thing, so we just do nothing. But instead, if we can plan for those bad days, and that's what we're after, is what we can do on our bad days, instead of doing nothing, we do something, and all those somethings start to stack up. At the end of the year, you got something pretty special. So that's what I'm after this summer, this off season. That's what we're going for. And next season, we're going out there. We're gonna take some scalps. So I hope you're doing well. And if not, I hope that turns around for you real soon. And if you want it to turn around, set some stupid arbitrary goals and set up some systems to achieve those goals, and predicate them on what you're able to accomplish on your bad days. And I think you will be pleasantly surprised with the results by the end of the year.